Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and today's video. This is a part 2 of my summer faves and fails. My last video was part 1, which was all skincare, and if you want to go and check that out, I will put a link to that here as well as down below. And this one is all about the other beauty things. We are looking at makeup, body, and hair care, and a few other bits that I've thrown in too. So these are the things that I've been using over the summer months, and I'm going to share which ones I like and which ones I don't. So we're going to start off in the makeup category. This is a product I've mentioned before. It is by Sculpted by Amy, who is an Irish makeup artist, and this is called the HydraTint Serum. And I've done a video about it, so again, I will leave details down for that below if you want to see it. I am obsessed with this tinted serum, and that is sort of the territory of products that I love, that my skin loves. It's sort of that barely there kind of makeup. It's not makeup. It's more like skin-loving ingredients that have a bit of a tint to it that just blur things out a little bit. I don't like wearing lots of makeup. I don't even wear makeup every day, but if I do, it's generally to help some of those areas, which for me is sort of the redness and the skin tone. I'm not trying to do massive cover things up. I'm not trying to get rid of terrible dark circles. I'm certainly not trying to hide the wrinkles because they ain't going anywhere. But for me, it's sort of the center of my face. I just want to even things out a little bit. So what I love about this product as well is that it's super hydrating on the skin. I only want hydrating products, things that make my skin look plumper, look juicier, and those are the kind of things I'm going for because at 52, my mature skin is dry, it's dehydrated, and it just sucks everything up. So I like to have a bit of that luminosity if I can find it, and something that just makes my skin feel nice. So you'll see in my previous video, I've done it a couple of different ways. You can do this with your fingers, and when you do, it actually feels like moisturizer going on your skin. It does not feel like makeup. It's just lovely, and my skin just adores it. I've also gone in with a brush, and I've also gone in with a sponge. I mean, any of these application methods will work. It's whichever you want. I tend to use a brush the most because I don't like my fingers getting all manky, and even using a beauty blender, I have to get up and get it wet and clean it and all that sort of stuff. So for me, brush is best. And I also think it's actually a pretty good deal. So you can get this, it's 30 mils of the product for 25 euros. Whereas my favorite other tinted serum is the one by L'Oreal, and this one I think runs about 16 to 18 depending where you buy it, also for 30 mils. But for me, it's about travel and portability and what's going to be the easiest to take. Now, the L'Oreal, please excuse how disgusting it is. I usually clean the tops before I make a video. I'll just take that off. I had to replace this because I hated the dropper. The format was so bad. But this guy is heavy. This guy is not. I mean, super light, super portable. You can stick it in your handbag. This came with me everywhere I went this summer. Now, I didn't actually wear it very much because when I'm on holidays, I don't tend to wear makeup. So I didn't actually use it very much, but it came with me everywhere I went because if I'm going to put something on between the two, if I'm on the go, this is definitely the one I'm taking. So if you haven't heard of this by Sculpted by Amy, and by the way, I love a lot of her products. In fact, the other product of hers that I use all the time, particularly for filming, which I'm wearing today, is the Second Skin Dewy Foundation. Wow, all of her stuff is beautiful. You just can't go wrong. So next up is a blush. This one is by Daniel Sandler. It's called the Watercolor Liquid Cheek Color. Now I got this as a freebie, as a part of a kit with a bunch of other skincare pieces. I have to say, I really, really like it. This comes in 21 colors and it retails for 23 euros. And this particular color is called So Pretty. And their colors, you can choose it by, you know, warmth if you want something cool or warmer. And I think this is on the cool side. And they also have variants between matte to shimmer. And this has a shimmer in it, which personally I like a little bit of a sparkle. Not sparkle, but luminosity. So I'm going for that. So this color is So Pretty, and it's specifically for fair to medium tones, and it's in a pink shimmer shade. So if you go to the website, you can go to their color shade matcher, and you can go through the process of determining which is the best color for you. Now I just put a little bit of this on my fingers and I tap it into my cheek, and I just find it is so pretty. It is so natural looking. And I think that when I first opened this, eventually, I think it sat in the corner for quite some time, I was using it every day. I just find that it feels nice and soft and kind of juicy and hydrating on the skin. I'm sort of not enjoying the powders very much at the moment just because my skin is feeling so dry. So this was just like a little bit of drink of water, and it leaves a nice little color to it. I'm wearing it today. Love it. Next up is kind of a blast from the past. This is one that I used years ago. You will know it. It is by Benefit. It is called HydraTint. And this is a lip and cheek stain. Now, I probably bought this, gosh, I don't know. I've been here for 18 years. Benefit is actually from San Francisco where I used to live. It's got to be 20 years ago that I first bought this. But my daughter, my eldest daughter, asked for this, I think for Christmas. And one day she was wearing some, I'm like, oh, what you got on your lips? She's like, the Pantone. I'm like, what? Give me that. And I put it on. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I enjoyed that. So a couple of months later, I got it. Now I really like this, the original color. However, it's sort of in the cooler tones as far as I'm concerned. So if I'm wearing a lot of black, if I'm wearing a lot of charcoal or even navy, this is the color that I would reach for. But in general, I like the warmer colors and the warmer hues. So I've been looking for something more in the corally space. And wouldn't you know it, Benefit has one. This is the HydraTint. So this is a little bit more in that orangey, corally, warmer space. It's what I'm wearing right now. This has become an obsession. And the great thing about both of these is they have some really good staying power. I would tend to apply it in the morning before I leave the house. So we're talking, around the 8 o'clock mark. And it's still there a few hours later. So if I take this in the purse, reapply around lunchtime, it's going to give me some good longevity. It kind of disappears. I'm often applying like a lip gloss over it, but I think the color is beautiful and it just matches the tone, skin tone so well. And I mean, where have you been all my life? Now you'll notice there's a difference in the brushes. I don't know if they've changed this one or not. I think I've had it for a while. So I'm not really sure. But when you apply it, it kind of tickles your lips in a kind of annoying way. But when I picked up the HydraTint, it has the little applicator, which for me is so much easier to use on the lips. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely hooked. And I suspect I'm going to keep buying those over and over and over again. Okay, this is beautiful. This was one that I picked up from Rare Beauty, and there are a couple people that I follow over on Instagram that were raving about this, and I had to check it out. This is a highlighter, and funnily enough, I don't wear a lot of highlighters, but geez, when I do, you're like, boing, why don't I do it more often? This one is called the Silky Touch Highlighter. Now, this comes in 3 different colors. I got it in Exhilarate, which is sort of the warmer light side. It has a pinky light color, and then it has a slightly darker warm color as well. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, so let me start off by saying I kind of suck at this. So if anybody has any recommendations for the type of brushes to use, I don't really know, but I'm using what essentially is a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I use these for a lot of stuff. But when I put this on, and I don't know if you can see this, guys. Oh my gosh, can you see that? Like, it's not full on. When you're looking at me like this, you don't even see it. But when you go to the side and you catch the light there, holy Toledo Batman. This is just amazing. Nothing there. And you put that on, and oh my gosh. We're going to apply a little bit up there to the tops. And it's like it's opened up my eyeballs completely. Oh my gosh. We'll put it right there in the wrinkles. Hopefully that'll, lighten that space up a little. Look at this. Obsessed. I mean, that is just phenomenal. Put a little bit there on the nose. I mean, I'm in awe of this. This is just unbelievable. It's the first thing I've tried by Rare Beauty, and I think I need to do a little bit more digging. So if there are any particular products that you think I should try by the brand, please put that down below, because I'd be very, very interested. And if there are any particular products that help apply this better, please let me know. I find eye brushes just go a long way towards helping with all sorts of things. I use them for powder and all sorts of stuff. Okay, while we're on the topic of makeup obsession, this is all about travel bags and makeup bags. Okay, in my opinion, this is the world's best makeup bag. This is called a Cushy bag, and I am frankly obsessed with this. Saw it on Instagram. Instagram made me do it, you know me. What is so genius about this is a couple of things. First of all, this whole thing is machine washable. You can chuck it in the wash, and I probably am going to be showing you right now that I should have done it before I started this video. It has a massive flat bottom, so that gives you an idea of the footprint and the amount of stuff you're going to be able to put into it. But its zippers go all the way to the bottom. So what that means is that when you are out and about and you have this full of product, which I don't right now because I want to show you the sheer size of it, it can sit on the counter and you don't have to go digging around. Everything sits literally just like this. So you can just have everything here where you can see it and where you can access it. A couple of other great things. One, it's got a couple of little interior pockets here that you can use for things, and it has a zipper pocket, but it gets oh so much better. There are these inserts you can also get for different things based on the type of, makeup user and carrier that you are. So these actually snap into the bag. So this one that I got has half of a component that's all for zippers, So if you use lots of palettes and things, you can stick those in there. And the other side is specifically for your full size brushes, right? And I'm telling you right now, you can fit so many brushes into this. So it covers them up so everything stays nice and intact. And then this whole thing, please bear with me, snaps in. So it keeps everything nice and tidy and secure. But then still look at all of the space you have here. The Coochie bag, in my opinion, is phenomenal, and I probably should have given it a wash before I started this video. I'm so sorry, it's slightly embarrassed. This came with me all summer. I took this to Spain, to the Canary Islands, to the US. I was all over the place this summer, and this puppy went with me the whole time. In fact, I didn't actually use it for all makeup anyway, because I don't tend to wear a lot of makeup when I travel. So I was using this for extra skincare things or, you know, other things that needed to fit into it, and it packs so much stuff. So much stuff. Now, since I got this, now I actually reached out to the brand and asked them if they would send this to me to try, because if I find something great that I love, I want to share it with you guys. It's just the way that it goes, and I am absolutely obsessed. And since then, they've expanded the range. Now, some of these are bigger and some are smaller. This is called the Signature one, which is great for travel. They have a vacation one that's even bigger, and then they have smaller ones that are designed just to go into your handbag, which I think I need. And they come in all different colors and different combinations, and they even have them in leather now. I kind of want that. That might be going on my Christmas list. And by the way, you're going to see these again from me. I'm hoping that there's going to be a Black Friday sale that I'm going to be able to share with you, because I think this would be a wonderful gift, and I just think it's marvelous, and I am obsessed, and I think I need more. Cushy, fab. So I did get in touch with the brand and ask for a discount code. So if you use Skin Obsessed 10, you can get 10% off your order. And I hope you order, because I hope you love it as much as I do. It's just brilliant. Okay, so there's always going to be a miss or two, right? And there were a couple of misses. And the first one for me was an eyeliner by the pretty inexpensive brand called Essence. It is their liquid ink eyeliner. I don't have it here. I think I released it. I think I gave it away. It was a complete fail for me. I am on the hunt for the thinnest little eyeliner brush or felt tip situation that is so incredibly thin that's going to work for me, and I'm struggling. The whole reason I'm on this journey is my eldest daughter has just perfected this tiny little flick out, and she has hooded eyes. She's only 21. It's just in her chemical makeup, so she's found a way to do the perfect little tink. But she did it by basically modifying a super thin eyeliner brush, and I'm trying to get her to do the same thing for me. It hasn't quite worked out, so I've been experimenting, and it was a fail. It was just blotchy, and I keep buying them all over the place, and they keep not being that super, super fine thin thing that's just going to go tink. Actually, that side's quite poor. Oh, not so good. I'm still trying. You can see the lines are just thicker. They're too thick. I want them thin, thin, thin. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. The last in the makeup, not really loving, is a mascara by L'Oreal. One of you guys had suggested this, and I picked it up on my previous haul to the States, which was back in the spring, and I kept using it since then to kind of go, you know, do I like it? Do I not like it? And you know, I really don't like it. It's fine. It's just fine. I think that there are other mascaras that I like more. So I used it probably 10 times. I do have it on today, in fact. Meh. It's fine. Not going to be recommending it. Probably not going to use it. I'll be checking it out because I got a few mascaras just on my last haul in the US that I am digging. This guy's getting kicked to the curb. Now, I don't know if you're a fan. It's fine. I think that mascara is a personal thing too, you know. People looking for different things. So I thought it was fine. It wasn't a fail. It was a meh. It's great. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so next we're moving on to body. Now, I've been doing a lot of experimenting in this category for my middle-aged skin. There is only one thing I have here today, and I really, really like it. This is a body lotion. This is called the U-Life 10 Body Cream. This is by a company called Relife. Never heard of them. It's really more of a dermatological kind of a brand for dermatologists and stuff. Looks like they're based in Italy. And I got this as part of a goodie bag when I went to this beauty expo at the beginning of the year. And it's not really for the public. You can go, but it's really more for clinicians and dermatologists. They're sort of looking at the new technologies coming into the clinics and stuff, which I enjoyed. I'm certainly not their target market, but it was interesting to see what's coming down the line. And this was a part of the goodie bag. And I really love it. It's got a 10% urea, which I really like. There's another product I use religiously that has that same ingredient base, but this one also has avocado and sweet almond oil, so it's adding another layer of that sort of richness to it. And the texture is what's so interesting. It's actually really light, so you just wouldn't think that it is that hydrating. It's super light. Now, ordinarily, I like a super heavy, almost greasy kind of a thing going on my body because my body just needs the oils right now. It needs all of it. This is super light. It's gone. It has absolutely no scent, but the hydration levels are so long lasting. Like I put this on and I can feel all day long how well my skin is hydrated. This is fantastic. Now, I don't know if you can get this in the US or anywhere outside of Europe. If so, I will have all the details for this as well as everything else down below. But I think this is a phenomenal deal. This 400 ml bottle is only 22 euros. You can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be repurchasing this when this is over. Now, I had mentioned that there's another product that I use. This one is by Serum, and this is also a 10% urea product. And I really, really like this one too, and I always repeat purchase it. But I can't buy the big one here in Ireland. I only get this in Spain and Portugal for whatever reason. So whenever I'm abroad, I pick up a big ass one. Otherwise, you can only get the smaller ones that are half the size and probably cost only a little bit less than this. So this to me is a new great deal. And my skin, like I'm sitting here right now going, oh my gosh, my hand is so soft. Like it's fab. So I will definitely be sticking with this and buying more. For sure. Okay, next we're moving on to the hair category. And as an aside, I had a very bad hair day. I tried a new product, which I'll be telling you about later. It's awful. It's completely messed up my hair, so which is why it's tied up right now. But anyway, that's for another video. Okay, first up is probably one of my new favorite things. It's also one of the cheapest things that I use in my hair. This is by OGX. This is the Coconut Miracle Oil, also called the Extra Strength Penetrating Oil. This has kind of been a game changer for me because if you've been here before, you know my hair is in that menopausal struggle. There's not only been hair loss. For me, the biggest issue has been around the texture of my hair. It's completely changed. It's gotten coarse, it's gotten brittle, it's like straw. So I'm doing lots of masks and I'm doing lots of hydrating things. I mean, you can't really hydrate your hair, but you know what I mean. I'm experimenting with all sorts of things to try to tackle dry scalp and the whole shebang. Middle-aged hair sucks. Anyway, what they say is that this product penetrates each strand to help tame frizzy hair and flyaways, transforming hair into silky, smooth perfection. And I think they're right. And I can't believe how inexpensive this is, by the way. I think this thing retails for about $17. You can get it in any drugstore in the US. You can get it at Boots here, whatever. Super easy to get your hands on. What I do with this product, and I would have been so afraid of oils in the past. I mean, the thought of putting oil on thin, fine, limp hair, because this is actually made for medium to coarse hair. I don't have medium to coarse hair. I just have brittle straw hair. So I figured I'm just going to give it a go. Because if I have one super greasy day, I can live with it and I can sort it out tomorrow. So what I've been doing with this is, and I feel like there should be trumpets here. Dun, 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 dun. I have managed to go for the last couple of months only washing my hair every 4th day. So I'm getting 3 days of no wash in between, which is exceptional for me. Let me just say that. But when I go in to do my hair wash on that 4th day, I use this product the night before. So I coat the hair, not like super coat, but I run it through my hair. I kind of separate my hair into 2 parts. I run it through my hair and I sleep with it overnight. And then I get up and I do a double wash in the morning. But I have found that it's made a difference in the softness of my hair. So I'm using this about every 4th day, which is how often I'm doing my hair. So once to twice a week. And I love it. I'm hooked on this thing. And I cannot believe that I haven't tried this sooner. So if you're afraid of oils, I totally get it. And you can do this even just 10 minutes before you get in. But I've been doing the overnight method because I think it's just going to soak it up a little bit better. It's going to coat the strands. It's going to help the strands. And, you know, more is better. Isn't it? Now, the only thing I do not like about this is the format, because this is an oil. So when I'm using this, I split my hair into 2 sections and I pin this one up and then I just work it through, and I put a fair amount in it, go like this and work it through. But then I have to pick it up again to do the other side. So this is constantly covered in oil. And it's a pain in the ass. So it generally just lives in a little plastic bag. You can see it's completely covered in oil, and that just like sits over there, because if I try to go to the trouble of washing it every single time, it's just a pain in the ass. I'm not doing it. I really wish that it came in like a pump that just lived in the same location, and I could just pump, and off I went. It would make my life so much easier. But at any rate, if you're looking for something that's going to really help make those locks a bit softer, then I'd be racing out to get this. I mean, for less than 20 bucks, it's worth the trial. And if you don't like it, you can just send whatever's left over to me, because I'll totally use it. Okay, next up in the hair category is in that sort of, I'm not really sure about this product yet. This is by JVN. It is called the Complete Instant Recovery Serum. I got this mostly because of heat protection, which is kind of funny because I have probably 6 or 7 different heat protection products, and I can't decide which ones I like the most. I like this. I think I struggle with understanding the amount of product that should be going in to give you the heat protection, but doesn't weigh your hair down. So I got this at Space NK. I actually got a little one first, a small one that I used for travel, and I liked it, but I just can't figure it out. If somebody can tell me how much product do you need for it to actually protect your hair. I do use heat to dry it on the days that I wash it, and I oftentimes will use some other type of heat for a curling mechanism or whatever at some stage, either straightening or curling. So I need to have products that are going to work. Now, I usually apply this to wet hair, not dry hair. I have something else for the dry hair. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if I'm using it properly. I'm not sure if I'm using it to its fullest potential. I think it's okay. So if you have any tips or pointers, let me know, because that might make me like it more. Okay, the last hair product I am completely obsessed with. This one is by Sebastian, which I think is a salon brand. This is called the Dark Oil Silkening Fragrant Mist. Now, I didn't know that was the name of it when I bought it, and I bought it because my hairdresser used it, and I thought, okay, well, first of all, it does smell amazing, but it's a spray oil. It is made with argan oil and jojoba oil, and that's why I bought it, because of my freaking straw-like hair. But it's not like an oil you spray. I have spray oils. It is not that. It feels like a hairspray. If you actually look it up online, it says that it's a type of hairspray, which surprises me, because yes, it feels like that when it comes out, but it doesn't feel like that in your hair. And in fact, it feels the opposite. So I use this usually day 2 or day 3 if I'm, pulling my hair back, if you get those little flyaways and stuff, because I don't use hairspray pretty much ever. But it will kind of pat things down. So, I'll use it like this. It does smell really, really nice. It smells nice, but it'll just sort of kind of help put those things down. It doesn't feel oily, but it feels like what your hair would feel like if it had nice oils in it. It's so hard to explain, and I am absolutely obsessed with this. I've been using this for months. I use it every single week, and like I said, if you just need something, usually by day 3, I'm putting my hair up. I'm either putting it up in a clip, or I'm doing braids, or I'm doing something that's keeping it all together. Because it's probably not going to look its best if it's going wild. But this just helps keep it all just nice and beautiful and in place without drawing anything else. And it's not sticky. It's gorgeous. And I just got this at my local salon, so I'm sure that I'll be able to find some links for you somewhere. But oh, love, love, love. Okay, now we're on the category which I call other things, other stuff. And the first is actually a deodorant. This is by a company called Fussy, and this is one of those sustainable deodorant systems. Now, I had tried one in the past, and I have to say, I didn't dig it. Like, I loved the idea of it. And that's why when Fussy reached out to me, I said, absolutely, I'll try it. I would love a refillable, sustainable sort of option, because the container is made in all recycled plastics, and the cartridges, the individual cartridges, are completely compostable. So there is nothing that you're throwing away. And then, of course, the packaging that it arrives in is sustainable and all that sort of stuff. I love the idea of it. But what I didn't like in the previous version that I tried is that halfway through the day, I'm like, I just didn't think it was effective enough. And so I ended up putting that to the side. And I tried it. I repurchased and stuff. And after a while, I just went, you know what? It's not as effective as my Sure or my other regular ones I pick up at the grocery store. A couple of things that I absolutely love about it. One is this form factor, because it's very light. The other one I had was made of metal, which in theory was great, but it was heavy and it was bulky. And this is super, super lightweight. I like that it's kind of ergonomic. It's curved. It's just easy to use. This thing has gone with me through all of my summer travels, of which there have been many. Very, very easy to use. It's easy to replace the cartridges. There's actually nothing to it. The whole thing comes apart. You stick a new one on, and this can, like I said, can go in your food waste bin, which is phenomenal. And you can pick different colors, and then you can pick all the different scents. So I just placed another order for another 3 cents because this is nearing the end, but it's got me through the summer and it's been great. It's been on multiple continents and I love it, and I'm going to continue to reuse it. I do have a discount code for this if you want to give it a try. The discount code is Mary15 and that will get you 15% off. In fact, I should have used it. Oh, I did use it. I used my own code when I reordered. Yay, Mary. I forgot about that. So if you want to check it out, do. Okay, the very last thing that I have been enjoying over these summer months are packing cubes by a company called Travalogy. These are a set of packing cubes that are a little bit different. They're not your standard packing cubes where you just keep all your stuff together. They're compression cubes, and they are designed to give you more packing space in your suitcase. So each of these cubes is actually double-sided with the zipper in the middle. So this is what they look like, right? You start off by loading the top section, right? I use the rolling method as a way of trying to keep things nice and tidy. So then you flip it over and then you load up the second one, and they're very roomy. By the way, this is the small size. And when that's all packed, it's looking about this big. It's huge and honking. Then you take this middle zipper here and you zip the whole thing together. So what it does is it compresses everything to about that size. So you are getting this amount of content into something that's that big. Now I got 3 sizes. This is the big old honking one. This is the medium sized one. And the one I just showed you is the small one. I cannot believe how much I was able to pack in. Now, Gary was laughing at me because I was like, oh my gosh, these things are so great. These things are so great. So in this one big one, and I know it's big, right? So I was going for 2 weeks in California. And just for the record, I'm not a smart packer. I am an overpacker. So I got all of my tops and I got all of my bottoms. And I'm talking jeans, skirts, tracksuit, workout clothes, all of that into this thing for 2 weeks. And then in the other one, I had dresses, socks, underwear, you name it, anything else in those 2 cubes. So I had this huge, massive suitcase. Did I have a big suitcase?
Biggest suitcase in the world.
The suitcase, I'm not joking. The suitcase came up to here on me when I was standing up. I mean, I could have fit inside the suitcase. But these things, my clothes took up like a quarter of the suitcase. It was unbelievable. So they say that you can fit up to 150% more than if you were packing just the traditional way, which is the roll method and you stuck things in. So these 3 cubes together, they were sent to me by the brand. So thank you so much to Travalogy. Again, I hope I pronounced that right. But the 3 of these together only run less than 50 euros. So I was using them very consistently. I will continue to use them. You know, even going on a short trip for the weekend, I could probably get almost all of my clothes into something like this, which is pretty incredible. It just starts off so much bigger. Now, my only bit of advice is that it could create some creasing. Because think about it, you know, and I did all my ironing beforehand, which incidentally was not a lot, you know, a linen thing here or there. And I rolled everything up quite well in order to maintain that. But essentially, you're just crushing all of these items together. So when I got there, if I needed to wear something that night, you would probably need an ironing situation. I tend to unpack right away, and I just hung everything up, and I didn't have to iron anything at all, so I was fine. So that would be the only word of warning about anything that deals with compression. Now, that stuff I was able to put in, and I couldn't believe I was packing, and Gary's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, did you see how much I put in here? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Now, I don't have a discount code. I have requested one. And if I'm able to get that before this goes up or even after this goes up, check back because I will make sure that I add that into the video. So that is it for today's video, guys. This is the stuff that I've been really enjoying or not over the summer months. Anything in here you like or don't like? Do you have any thoughts? I'm always looking for a bit of pointers and advice, so please just leave that down below. And if you like the look of this video, please do subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye. Okay, bit of a break. It's really hot here today. It's really hot. And I'm sitting upstairs on the 3rd floor in a room with no windows open and no fans on.